And let's wrap. We are back with another episode of the Spirit of the North podcast. We got the full squad today. Myself, Casey Bluford, Mr. Derek Murray, Mr. Emil Jones King. Fellas, how we doing today?
Spirit of the North.
So,
Spirit of the North. Me
we
last.
got to
Spirit of the North.
we got to find a cool little emblem. It's good. It's good to get the full gang back. Emil, beginning of the month. He's in the works beginning of the month, so he's got a
Yeah.
heavy workload. Pause.
Locked in.
Pause.
Locked in. So it's good to get the full crew
Feels
back
good to be
today.
back, y'all. Feels good to be
Emil,
back.
Emil, where you been at, bro? I know you've been working, but what you been? Tell me a little bit what you be doing.
Hmm?
Why you got to step away a little bit? Why you be so busy beginning of the month?
Man, I work in finance, man. So the
Bread.
bread and butter of what I do is
Emphasis on bread.
month end month, month end close. So like this past month end, it was also July, August, September quarter close. So 10 to 12 hours a day, 11 days straight. But I'm here today, so
Yes, sir.
to God
Let's
be the
go.
glory.
We miss you, bro. We good to have you back.
Yes, sir.
Yo, fellas, we are down to what 10, 12 days till season start. I can't remember the exact day,
Yeah,
but we're
yeah,
we're
couple
getting
weeks.
close. So we're
One more
excited
Sunday.
about one more Sunday. Sweet, yeah. I'm It's funny because like we'll probably get into it maybe next week. The first week of the season is jumping. Cats is throwing up 30, 40 points. We might see a 50-point explosion first week of
Facts.
the season. And then
Yeah,
week 2, week 3, hey, load management start to kick in already. So like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna be cool. But we got a lot to talk about today. But let's last week we talked heavily on the Eastern Conference. So today we are all from the West Coast. Always been biased to West Coast teams, West Coast hoop in general. Let's talk
Hmm.
about the Western Conference. Let's kick this thing off. So last year's Western Conference champions, the Dallas Mavericks, come into the season, I believe, as a plus 600 favorite to be the winner of the Western Conference again. But let's just kick it off high level. Who do you see coming out of the Western Conference? Who's your favorite player that you're excited to see coming out the Western Conference? Let's start with those two things. Derek, you're up first. What you thinking?
Off rip, man. I think you gotta have OKC at the top of the list, man. I think they were already one of the best teams, top three. I would say maybe top two best teams in the West technically. Um, but they did have deficiencies, which is the reason why they weren't necessarily the one to represent the West last year. But not for nothing. If it wasn't for that last play, right, that Shea kind of bit on that head fake, they
Mm-hmm.
would be possibly in the NBA
Mm-hmm.
Finals. So I think they addressed the deficiencies. They added two incredible assets to their rotation. They dropped dead weight essentially, right? and
The
and I
minor.
and I think they're better for it. I think they're better for it. So I think I've got OKC as top team for me, and I would say Shea is probably the player I'm most excited to see this
Yeah,
year. I can't front.
yeah, yeah. Shea. When we talk about Shea and Emil, before I kick over to you, when we talk
Yeah.
about Shea, I think we've talked about this briefly offline. Do we see Shea going up in points? I mean, this man averaged what? What did he average last year? 30? Let me look it up real quick. I got to pull it up. Shea
Like
averaged,
31 or something.
I think you're right. Do we see him going up in points? Or is he so consistent that we just expect the same thing out of Shea this year as he did last year? Because honestly, I thought he was going to win MVP last year. He's my pick to win MVP this year. Spoiler alert. But what do you expect to see out of Shea, Derek?
I would say he might drop in points as far
Okay.
as his output is concerned. I think because Jalen Williams is going to have a better year, because Chet is going to have a better year scoring, he's not going to have to carry the load as much. I think, and for that, I think maybe his assist numbers might increase. some of the other components of his game might increase, and he'll take a back seat as far as the scoring is concerned. In my opinion, not much, because I know he does. He is a bucket, but I think he'll probably scale back just a little bit.
35-6 last year. I mean, solid all the way around. And if I recall, let me do my research real quick. I thought he led the league in steals too. I could be wrong though, but
I think he did.
I think he was a steals leader too. So, all right, Emil, Western Conference. Who you excited to see? Who's the team coming out the West? What are your thoughts?
I am, and for content purposes, I can't agree with Derek right now, but like everything Derek said, that's my number one. So I'm gonna go second team I like to see right now. But aside from OKC, to me, I'm still excited to see like what the Mavericks are talking about, man. I'm a big fan of Kyrie and Luca. Luca, number two best player after Jokic. I like what their role players are doing. I've been watching the preseason, things like that. I really like what Lively is doing and things like that. I just like their young core supporters with the stars and how far they got in the playoffs. I just feel like a third year of
number 31.
Man. 31.
Number 31 coming in too.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
And they got Clay, and that's why I'm excited to see that too, because is it going to be a rebirth or a proper burial with Klay Thompson? You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm rooting for Klay still. It really is hard to come from Achilles injury, but I feel like I would say a loose big three. If Klay just halfway plays, we know what he can do, and he's going to be able to catch and shoot with all that ball handling. With like all he has to do is stand in the corner and shoot, like with accuracy. I'm very excited to see what the Mavericks will do with Klay, man, because I am rooting for him to have that rebirth. So
let's touch on that. Let's touch on that for a second, because I want to get both of you guys' opinion. Klay Thompson last year averaged just a tad under 18 points a game. He played in 77 games of the year, I believe. But let me see. And he shot. He shot 42% from the field and right around 39% from three. But there was so much notion many threes, right? There was so much notion that it was a down year for Klay Thompson. 18 points a game in the NBA is it's not easy, right? So, with that being said, do we expect to see around that same over-under? Let's take over-under, maybe drop over-under 16 a game for Klay Thompson. Derek, what's your thoughts?
I would say over, because listen, Klay is going to get his up, all right?
I'll never real quick. I'll never forget when KD came. They were talking about sharing the pill. Klay Thompson said, I ain't sharing shots with nobody, bro. I'm getting mine off. Pause. I'm getting mine off, though. So
Klay gonna get his shots up.
You'll get his shots up.
So you got the over? Okay. Emil, what about you? You got the over under about 16 game for Klay.
Honestly, he's been in the back of my mind, like definitely over. Like I said, it's gonna be a rebirth season. I feel like new environment. He's not gonna be the Klay of old, but he's gonna be like, I feel like 75% of that. I think he's about to go off.
Okay. And it's a different role for him too, right? Casey, he's with Golden State. It was a lot of movement, right? A lot of movement shooting too, right? Mm-hmm. And for somebody coming off of an injury like him, maybe that is part of the reason why it was quote unquote down for him, because you got to have a lot of elevation, you got to have a lot of range of motion. You're shooting on the turn, whereas here in Dallas, they basically run a spread offense, allow Luka to go downhill and kick out. So it's going to be a lot of kick out opportunities where he's going to be pretty much wide open. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I feel like Klay in that role could be more successful than Klay, coming off pin down screens, catching on the move and shooting off balance.
Yeah.
Because we know. If there's one thing about basketball, bro, like we know if you can shoot the ball, you're gonna get buckets in this league. That's one thing that does not go away. Athleticism might fail, defense, you might not be able to sit in that chair as long, and you're efficient. Like you gonna see minutes. So I want you guys to think about breakout player in the Western Conference. So while you think about that, I want to share my thoughts real quick. So the team I'm looking forward to watching is the Memphis Grizzlies. So I'm not even a huge Ja Morant or Grizzlies fan in general. I feel like the last, maybe with the exception of last year, because there's so much turmoil, but like the previous couple years, I feel like they was talking way too much.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
They was talking like they had actually already done something, and they had never been out the second round of the playoffs, and still haven't been out the second round of the playoffs since like the Zebo, Tony Allen years. But Memphis, I feel like if healthy, to me, I have them as a top 4 team in the Western Conference. I think also the return of Ja Morant, and I think we're starting to see the image start to shift with Ja. So we're starting to see have you guys seen the Nike commercial? Like I feel like that's the start, right? Like the Nike commercial showing his environment and like what he's been able to overcome the country. Nike don't really do that kind of stuff, man. So I feel like Ja's on that journey back to stardom. And honestly, for him seeing Anthony Edwards, like Ja's probably thinking that should be me. That I'm the next big thing coming. So I'm excited to see his return.
Facts.
And Memphis is the team that I feel like is going to be the disruptor, so to speak, in the West.
Right.
All right, so let's talk about either breakout players, breakout teams. Like, I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this one. Derek, who you thinking?
Man, I'm rocking with Houston, man. I'm kind of rocking with Houston here, man. I feel like Houston has what it takes to really take a step forward this year. I feel like there's a lot of excitement with that organization as a whole, just based on what they were able to achieve last year, even though obviously they didn't achieve the goal of making it to the playoffs. They were in the hunt. They've got some really good young players. And the player that I think will have a breakout season is Jalen Green. I think Jalen Green's ready to take a leap, right?
This is year 3, right?
Yeah.
Guards.
This is that magical year 3. You know,
guards in year 3. We got D-Wade year 3. We got Book in year 3. I think. Well, not finals, but like just step that. James Harden, once he got to Houston, I think by year 3 for guards is like that's their year. So
yeah, that's the turning point.
He has all the tools physically. I think as long as his mental is good. And I think the organization did a really good job of getting rid of some of those kind of head case players. Shout out to Porter. What's my man's name? Kevin Porter Jr.
Kevin Porter. He lost the job and the chick, bro. He lost the job and his chick.
All bad, bro.
Both Jalen's though. No, he lost his job to Jalen Green, his girl to Jaylen Brown, bro. Like
yeah. But they got some dogs on that team as well. They've got the villain Dylan Brooks, who's going to, he's going to be an agitator all year, right? Yeah. So I'm looking forward to them. I'm looking forward to seeing them in the playoff hunt.
All right, Emil, what about you?
We're all brothers, so like these two for two. I'm gonna go with another team because I agree. I was gonna pick the Rockets. I would say breakout team to me. My second breakout player aside from Jalen Green, Pelicans, bro. Like I'm trying to see Zion really play. Like, bro, I don't care if you gotta do keto. I don't care if you gotta. I don't care if you gotta fast and pray, bro. Like lose that weight, and like Zion is still elite to me with the condition of health, pending health. He's a beast. Yeah. And their squad, you got McCollum, you got Ingram, Zion. Like you have some DeJounte Murray too.
DeJounte Murray.
Come on, bro. Like they have some solid pieces.
Trey Murphy. Like they got some.
Trey Murphy. Like so I feel like Zion is the last piece, which he's supposed to be the franchise player. Like get your health right. And I'm excited to see what the Pelicans is going to do, man, because they have a lot of pieces that can be disruptors and do damage too.
So it's funny because we're going to come back to the Zion piece a little bit later. But for context, just to share with the audience, last year Zion Williamson actually played 70 games. Did we know that?
I
I
did
He
not
didn't
know
played
know
that.
that.
he played
I did not
70
know that.
games and averaged 22, 4, and 6. No, sorry, 22, 6, and 5. Sorry, 22, 6, and 5. Played 70
70
games last
games,
year.
bro.
Listen,
Yeah, this was
the
this was
image
pre-Ozempic. This is pre-Ozempic. So this is with a capital Z.
the image I have burned into my brain
Yeah,
though is
yeah.
the last game he
The
played
play
where
on
he was cooking.
couldn't make
He
it.
was cooking, and the next thing you know, he got on a sweatsuit again when he going
Yep.
into the locker room.
That health.
Yep.
Nah, bro.
So that's
Right.
that's what we've got to address this year
Yeah. Facts.
because he looked unstoppable that game to
Yes,
start.
he did. Baby Shaq.
Yeah.
So
He did.
so I got one more question coming out second to last question. When we talk about the Western Conference, we're gonna get into this a little bit deeper, but I'm gonna foreshadow something. My rookie of the year is coming out of the Western Conference. So I think we can all agree this this NBA draft class might not be the best. We'll see. We know we still got to wait and see. But to your Houston Rockets point, I foreshadow, because I think they are going to be in the mix. I think they could be a potentially playoff team. But I think they're going to move off Fred VanVleet. Maybe not this year, but next year, because I like Reed Shepherd a whole lot. And that white boy got game, bro. He is
WBS. White boy
he
swag.
he's he to me he's like the Caucasian book. Like
I was gonna
Yeah.
say
I
he
like
a white book.
I like his game. I like his game a whole lot. That's my ROI. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But I'm interested to see where they go because I feel like Houston is very guard heavy, and we know Jalen Green is the franchise guard.
Yeah,
But you got
facts.
you got Shepard, you got Van Vliet, you got quite a few other players in that Dylan, the villain. We got a lot of players in that backcourt. So I'm interested to see where they go with that. So, all right, last question, hitting on the Western Conference. So we the big three, like we started the league, right? We know where that song comes from. We know what that is. But in the Western Conference, who's the big three? Let's talk through it. We're talking players. You got Jokic, you got Shea, you got Luka, you got Braun, you got Steph, you got KD, you have Book, you got Fox, like Anthony Edwards. Who's the big three? Who's the big three in the West when it comes to players? D, you up first.
Well, you already said it. You got Jokic, Shea, and Luka.
That's it, huh? That's it?
In my view, that's who
Okay.
I see. And
Okay.
basically it's whoever wanna knock the chip off one of their shoulders. You know what I mean?
Who's falling first, though? Who's falling first? Who's more
You know,
this year?
it's gonna sound like hate, but I would probably say Jokic.
Okay.
I don't know if I don't know if he has the desire to really stay there, you know. Like I feel like, after another couple seasons, he would be cool with retiring. You know what I mean? Like whereas
he kind of got that vibe.
Luka and Shea, they seem like they care about legacy. You know what I mean? Like they care about how people will speak about them once their careers are over. And with Jokic, I feel like he don't really care about that.
Yeah,
You can tell.
It's funny when you think about he cared about them horses more than he cared about hoop. I feel like, but it's funny because I feel like, we Braun is such a polarizing guy, and we talk about Braun a whole lot. But I mean, he pretty much has it all, but he still loves to play the game. I feel like Jokic. This is just my feeling, right? Could be wrong, but I feel like Jokic is the opposite. Like he has everything. He's got multiple MVPs now. He's got a title. But to Derek's point, I feel like he could be done. He could be done in 3 years and be like, "Yo, I'm a Hall of Famer. Got titles. Got my bag." Like I can see Jokic retiring at like 33.
He's stamped in Serbia, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's royalty in Serbia.
All through Europe, all Europe. Yeah.
He doesn't really care about America or American culture like that. You know, he's got his Olga, right? He's got his his Svetlana, right? So he's not tripping, bro. He's not tripping.
All right, email. Who's your big three?
I agree. Jokic, Doncic, SGA for sure. The different levels and different levels and tiers of like accomplishment. You know what I mean? I would have to beg to differ with Derek. Jokic is still nice. I mean, I would love to work at my job and I have no worry at the world. Like Jokic, like he's still nice. Like he still dominates the game and like the NBA plays at his pace. So it's boring. We're gonna be boring tonight. Like Tim Duncan. Like we're gonna be boring tonight, and he gonna dominate. To me, the first to fall off is only because of like just age still right now, and I wouldn't say fall off, but like as far as like tiers of like continuing to go in the playoffs and all that stuff. I would say, well, no, it's neck and neck with SGA and Doncic because of team makeup. But SGA will fall off first because I'm just thinking about just level of accomplishment over longevity right now. So I put that's why Jokic is up there to me. Like until somebody tells me otherwise or shows me otherwise with him, he's up there. He's big number one.
Yeah, he's still got the crown. Like Luka had a chance to take it last year, but
he did. He did.
You know, without losing when you lose the finals the way they did, like they can't take it. So, but I mean, so it's interesting, man, because I mentioned those names. Jokic is 28, Luka is 24, Shai's 25.
That's crazy.
Like De'Aaron's 26. Like the West is just loaded. Ant is 22. Like it's good basketball at the West. All right, final question. Does the MVP and the Larry O'Brien come out of the Western Conference this year? Go ahead, dude.
Wow.
Let's start with the Larry. Does the Larry? So D, I think you've been pretty adamant about this. Does the Larry O'Brien come out the West this year?
That's tough.
Are we switching up?
Well, man, I'm looking at, and I don't want to be too reactionary, but I'm looking at the Celtics.
You like the new stroke?
Hear me
like the new stroke?
Hear me out. Because I'm thinking that they're coming in.
Hold on, let me get your camera real quick, brother. I need to hear this. Let me get your camera. All right.
Look, I'm thinking that these young bulls are coming in, you know, feeling themselves, smelling their own stuff, and thinking, you know, that they don't really have anything to prove, and that, you know, they got their chip and they're gonna coast this year. But Jalen and Jason both look like they took this offseason and they took the criticisms that, you know, may still be hovering over their heads personally, and it looks like they mean business so far. And it's just a preseason. They've only played a few games, but it seems like there's still something to prove for them. So it's hard for me to say like unequivocally that the West got it.
We got at least one more episode, if we can, maybe two, right? So we'll come back to that one. We'll come back to that one. We'll come back to that. Email, do you want to come back to it too? You need more time to, or what do you think?
Let's come back to that. Yeah.
Okay. How about MVP? Y'all got MVP, or you want to come back to MVP too?
No, I think
I got that. Yeah.
I think MVP's coming out of the West, and I'll be honest, man. I think it might be Luka. I think this might be Luka's year. I feel like using my branding mind, I feel like the MVP typically goes to the biggest brand, right? Or the biggest, like, maybe not the biggest brand, but the biggest campaign. You know, Joel Embiid.
It's always a storyline. That's a story.
Right. There was a strong campaign for Joel Embiid to win MVP, right? And when he got it, it seemed like there was a payoff for us as the audience. And I feel like Luka, he's been bubbling up for these last few years, and like he's been in the mix, and he's been good enough to be the MVP, but he just didn't have the team. Well, they put a team around him, right? that seems like it will generate enough success. I mean, obviously, this means that Dallas would have to be top 3, right?
Yeah, facts.
But
this is where we differ. This is where we differ. I'm gonna weigh in here. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you cook real quick. I'm gonna let you cook real quick.
Yeah, that's tough.
If they can be around that mix, they don't necessarily even have to be top 3. But if they can be in the top half of the Western Conference and Luka has an incredible year, I think they would give it to him anyways, just because his brand is big enough to be the MVP, if that makes sense.
So, Emil, before you go, let me weigh in.
Mm-hmm.
So, you think Luka is going to get the Russell Westbrook MVP?
Low key.
Okay. So, here's what I see. I think Luka Doncic is the Josh Allen of the NBA. So, who's the best player in football? Patrick Mahomes. Who's the one that they want to? Who's the one that they want to take over? Josh Allen, but he just cannot get it done. He can't get over that hump. I don't see I don't see Dallas being better than they were last year. Maybe from a record standpoint, maybe. Yeah. Put it like this: record-wise, maybe. I can't remember. I got to look up exactly where they were. I don't see them going to the Western Conference Finals. Let me say that way. Or I don't see them going to the NBA Finals. I don't see it this year. I could be wrong. I mean, I'm living in the city, so
of course,
if the city's up,
this is slander.
If the city, if the city's up, I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Don't slander Clay like that. Don't slander Clay like that.
It's gonna be tough for you outside this season. If they see you outside, it's a wrap.
Hey, the city back up is a must. I'm outside, bro. The city's up. I'm outside.
Out there, Dougie.
Hey, Clay. I still can't get over Clay getting locked up at 20 LA Fitness, bro. I can't get over that. So we'll see.
Yo, that's cold, bro.
I can't get over that. All right, Emil. Before we move on, Emil, what's your thoughts? MVP.
Clear-cut favorite, SGA.
That's my pick. Yep.
Sleeper MVP. If I would say like how D said, upper tier record. My boy Ant Edwards, bro. If the T-Wolves, if the T-Wolves had like a good record last year, like you guys quote me or correct me, were they top 3 record-wise or not?
Yep, I think they were third. They were tied for third with Denver, I think.
Denver.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. And
they did have the cat. What about the cat? They lost the cat.
They lost Cat.
Hey, I like Cat, but I don't like that cat. If you know what I mean. Julius Randle, I think got that. He got more grit, and I've always been a fan of Julius Randle since the Lakers. Like he has some grit, and I think he'll fit well with the T-Wolves. But and we'll talk about Rookie of the Year and different things like that later. But I do like that backup point guard that T-Wolves got as well. And you guys know from Kentucky.
Dillingham.
Dillingham, cooking Bronny.
Cooking Bronny like Sunday dinner. You know but I like it was a lot, and like his Olympic experience, and like how D said, having that brand, him being a likable guy. I think we all said that he could be a potential face of the NBA. If T-Wolves the top 3 again, and like Ant kind of, like I said, I want him to play make, get people involved. He will give SGA a run for his money for MVP.
Okay.
So both of y'all poo-pooing my Luka pick.
Yeah, no, because I've heard that a couple seasons now, though. That's why I do.
Yeah,
I've heard Luka's for MVP like at least the last 2.
Past,
you know what I mean?
2-3 years.
Yeah, that's why I say he's the Josh Allen to me, bro. Because I've heard it multiple seasons. Hey, Luka for MVP. This is Luka's year, bro.
Y'all tripping, bro. After last,
fat. He comes in fat every season.
Look, man, I was hating on Luka too. Just up to last season. But what he was able to do with that squad and how he meshed with Kyrie showed me a lot. Showed me a lot. So we'll see.
Be interesting. We'll come back to that one for sure.
I cook my own narrative by putting them in the top 3 contention because I definitely don't know if they're that good, but I can see him getting MVP either way though if he balls out.
Out the West for sure. Out the West MVP for sure. It's going to be 3 or 4 people that's going to be battling for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Facts.
All right, let's move over to the NBA as a whole. So I think we had some good conversation for the West. I want to talk about a few things NBA related. I'm going to give you a topic. just give me your quick thoughts on the potential narrative that we're going to see coming out of either this team or that player. So first one, Phoenix Suns. So this offseason, the Phoenix Suns got a true point guard. They have a new coach. There's talks of new ball movement. Bradley Beal and these guys coming out talking about they feel more comfortable in their roles this year. Phoenix Suns, do we expect them to get swept again in the first round, or do we? No, just in all seriousness, do we expect more of the Suns this year? Are they, what's their ceiling? Are they a second round team at conference finals? What do you foresee for the Phoenix Suns? Derek, you go first.
I mean, honestly, when we start talking playoffs, man, really any of these teams on the West can be in the finals. I mean, did anybody have Dallas going to the finals last year?
Absolutely not.
Like I feel like I can't even really predict that, but I can say that they have enough talent. I think that on any given night, those three guys that they have as their stars are just as good, if not better, than anybody that they're playing against. So now that they got Coach Bud, who, I mean, I don't know if y'all seen the footy from their preseason work, but I mean, these guys, like it looks like a completely different team on
They moving the ball. They moving the ball, right? Like
that's awesome.
It wasn't.
Tyus Jones has always been one of my favorite guys. I feel like he's like an unsung hero. He's like he's a walking, talking positive plus minus on the box score. So I think that they're gonna definitely be better than they were last year. And I do think that it's I think the sky's the limit as far as their potential in the playoffs is concerned. Honestly, all they need is a slot. All they need is a slot in the playoffs. Really.
Yeah.
Emil, what's your thoughts? Phoenix Suns.
No, I agree, man. Like it's sad to say when you have like star players and you say like for the team they have potential. Like they do have potential to like legit go far in the playoffs. And I love that chemistry. And like I said before, it was one of our first podcasts. I like that Olympic chemistry between Booker and Durant. The way Booker elevated, just like the dog in him. I don't know what Bill was doing on the offseason. Hopefully, he was doing something on the offseason, but like just that talent.
Working on this shit.
Yeah, no, he need to be. He need to be, and I really want to see. Man, I want to see Durant have a little more grit for the playoffs because he is one of the most talented offensive players of all time, and I want him to kind of just really take over, man. Really take over, and I feel like to me, Suns will go as far as Durant wants them to go. In my opinion.
Y'all still putting that on him?
Nope, I'm not. I think he is what he is at this point. Like I think that no, real talk though. That's like true. I feel like
that's true.
Me personally, I feel like the team goes as far as Book can take them.
Okay, no,
right? and I feel like he is the alpha on that team. I expect KD to do KD things like average 28. Be a bucket, play good defense. Like he's a hired assassin. Bradley Beal, I hope he was practicing loose ball drills because he's gonna be sitting in that. He's gonna be catching and shooting, diving for loose balls. Yeah, and tuck, right? Like don't. Yeah,
he's basically gonna be an elite Grayson Allen this year, but
Grayson Allen wearing Jordan clothes.
Honestly, Brad might be cool to come off the bench. I know they won't do it. But I think he'd be cool off the bench though too. Like I feel like it would add a different element to that team. Like I think his pride won't allow him to do it. But I mean, because he's 30, maybe 32, so like he don't want to do it. But anyway.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this: when John Wall left, I think Bradley Beal's talent left a little bit too. So like I don't know.
Brad was cooking those 2 years. They just weren't getting no dubs though. Brad was cooking for a little bit. They just weren't getting no dubs.
Empty numbers.
Empty calories for sure. He on that. Brad Beal, low-key like Dak Prescott. Sorry, I'm on my football phase right now. But Dak Prescott, Dak Prescott got the bag, got stats, but empty calories, bro. Like no meaningful wins, right? So
that's facts.
All right, let's move over to Zion Williamson, Ja Morant, right? 2000. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. 2019 draft class. Is it 19? I can't remember.
I think so.
Okay,
I think that's right.
2019 draft class. Two are the probably most polarizing players already in the league. Two are the
Facts.
young, bright American stars in this league. Who do you foresee having a bigger year? Not team wise, just individual wise. Zion, Ja Morant. Emil, we're gonna kick it to you first. Who do you expect to have a bigger year, Zion or Ja?
I mean, it's clear cut because I'm hoping to wish for Zion with his health. John Moran, because like all you need to do is stay out the hood and stop doing IG lives. Like his talent, like his talent is still there. So I feel like John Morant, like you said earlier, case seeing like Edwards and him are like kind of supposed to be like like head, but like maybe old school Jordan and Drexler. You know what I'm saying? Like so, like to sit out because of like personal issues and see Ant sky high. I feel like John Morant is gonna come with a vengeance, like for real. Like so, I got Morant as the bigger year for sure.
D, what about you?
I mean, I think Zion might have a thicker year. I don't know about bigger.
You stupid, dog. Oh,
Come
no.
the camera.
Nah,
Hey, come the camera. Shut up.
nah, real talk. Real talk, though. Real talk. I think I would agree with Emil. I think it's Ja's spot to lose here. Ja Lightweight just needs a white friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Ja needs that white the designated white homie that's gonna be like, hey man, we should go home.
John
Hey
needs a
man,
Scalabrine. He
we
needs a
shouldn't
Brian
go live.
Scalabrine, bro. Like,
We shouldn't go live here, dude. This is not a
do
good
this, Ja.
idea.
Bro, let's go home, bro. Bro, we're not going to the club
Just say-
Memphis, bro. Let's go home, bro.
Yeah,
Just-
bro.
just
We're
say
just
no.
going home tonight.
Yes.
Bro,
Nah,
or
that's awesome.
he need to hop on PlayStation or something. He needs to do
Hey,
something else.
hit up Kyler Murray, bro. Just get on sticks, bro.
Yeah.
When all else fails, just get on sticks. So
Yeah.
nah, I agree. I think it is Josh to lose. I do expect a big year from him, but Zion can easily that playing game. Zion was bad choice of words, case. Zion was really really giving it
real
to
ditty.
getting to the lake show before the injury.
No
so-
oil, bro.
All right. I'd be remiss if I didn't point out 2024 Hall of Fame inductees. 5 names, but the 2 that really are more valid to us are Chauncey Billups and Vince Carter. So when it comes down to legacy, I think we can all agree like these were great players of our generation. Not the Kobe's, not the AIs, Jason Kidds, like that. But Chauncey is a champion, Mr. Big Shot for a reason. Vince Carter, me and Derek talked about this last week. He played with or against Iverson, old Jordan, Kobe, Bron, D Wade, Jason Kidd. Like Vince Carter's played with a lot of players, played against, played with. So legacy wise, who will you remember more? As a better player, great player, Vince Carter or Chauncey Billups. What are your thoughts on those 2 guys being inducted? Derek, you want to kick it off?
Yeah, man. I think part of this is like we're now reaching generational deep cuts. You know what I mean? Like these are the guys from our generation that like our kids might not recognize right off rip. Vince aside, I think Vince still has that recognition, but like Chauncey specifically, like it kind of reminds me of like the guys that I would ask my dad about, like like Pop, was he nice? And then Pop would go on for 45 minutes long. So like Chauncey's one of those guys.
Even though he averaged 15 a game, though.
Right. I'm looking at his box score and I'm not seeing what But Chauncey's definitely one of those guys for me. I think Vince would obviously have like a longer lasting impact on the generation of basketball. But Chauncey, to me, I mean, he was cold, dog. He was cold in the clutch, man. He was one of the clutchest hoopers that I think I've seen in my lifetime for sure.
Factuals.
So Emil, before I shift over to you, because
Mhm.
I had a feeling you guys were gonna hit this angle. What's the one defining Chauncey Billups moment for you?
Man, when he cooked us, when he
In the look in the
when he
2004 finals,
demoralized the Lakers in 2020, what was that at 24 or
2004.
2004? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason
yeah,
I
he
asked is
cooked
because
us.
the reason I asked because Vince, it was dunks, right? When he dunked over the dude in the Olympics, and when he banged on the Zoe, like nasty. But yeah, so I was just curious. I was like, okay, what's the one Chauncey moment? But it had to be the
Yeah.
finals. So,
Yes.
email old school Chauncey or old man Vince. But we used to play Vince on 2K in 2000 2K 3 2K
2K3 or
4.
something like that.
Remember when
Like,
I was Vince and you were like Ray Allen or something like that?
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah,
Crazy Vince
cooking.
been in the league.
Nah, not
Yeah.
definitely y'all. When it comes to like I would say legacy, um, Vince Carter, man, because like he has been the talk of the town since he played for the Tar Heels. Like, so you see the
Mm.
dunks, you see the rookie year with his cousin T Mac with the Raptors. He arguably has probably the best guy. He has the best dunk contest of all time. That after that, I mean, probably since Jay Rich from the Warriors like competed, but
Mm.
like still the most memorable dunk contest. Half man, half amazing. Just because of the highlight reel. So I think legacy and pop culture, VC. Um, Chauncey is that unsung hero that your dad, your uncle will talk about back in the day, back in my day. Like we'll say that back in my day, Detroit had won since the 1990, 89, and Chauncey, boy, like Chauncey was solid. Like
Mhm.
he brought a title. He brought like help with their whole team, help bring a title to it. Like, so the thing is about the Pistons, they were so even, but if it, like Rip than him stood out offensively, but he was super like what was his name? Buckets Billups. Like what was his name? Big Shot Billups.
Big
Big
shot,
shot
Bill.
Billups.
Big
Yeah.
Shot
Hmm.
Billups. Clutch, bro. Like put the ball in his hand. He's going to score. So like legacy. But like if legacy, half man, half amazing. But if we're talking about rings and like I would say impact on the team, Chauncey.
I would take Chauncey Billups' career in a heartbeat. Just put it that way.
Mm,
You know,
Yeah,
mm,
yeah.
I feel you.
And what's crazy though, the crazy thing about Chauncey is like we forget. I think he was the second pick of the draft. Like we didn't. Thing is, we didn't really find
Really?
out about Chauncey
Mm.
until we didn't find out about Chauncey until I think about 5 years into his career,
Colorado,
which
right,
is
Case? University of
yeah,
Colorado?
yep,
he
yep,
got drafted to the Seas too, right? To the
yep
Celtics.
to see it, yep to the Celtics. What's
Yeah.
Got no
crazy
tick.
though,
No
none.
tick.
Think
No
about
fly.
that now in a social media day. Like if a rookie, that's almost like that's like I don't know, like
Scoot
you're a
Henderson.
star. It might be,
My boy
right?
Scoot.
So like, it's just crazy to think like to go that long and then end up still having a Hall of Fame career. So shout out to Chauncey, shout out to Vince,
Yeah,
man. It
shout
was
out Chauncey.
great. To Derek's point though, Chauncey for sure will be one of those players we tell our kids about and be like, yeah, he was nice though. He was nice though.
Facts.
So
Facts.
Yo, real
all
quick,
right,
Case,
brother.
before you move on. Sorry.
Hmm.
What team was Vince? What was his
Prime
prime?
Vince,
Yeah.
J Kid Finals. I think
Nets.
so.
Okay.
The net.
Nets.
Yeah. That's what
So
I was thinking too. Because they always show him as a Raptor, right?
Yeah.
Raptor, yeah,
Yeah.
But to me, the Nets was where his Jimmy was the wettest. Pause.
Yes.
wet. Yep,
And
Pause.
and and he was still yamming on people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yep, yeah.
Yes.
Honestly, the
Yes.
finals years were. Did he go? Or he might have came after the J Kidd finals years.
To
I can't
Dallas.
remember. No, when he was when Vince was on the Nets.
Oh yeah.
Was
Yeah.
that when J Kidd and then went to the finals and played Shaq? I think he came afterwards. But when
Yeah,
it
I
was
think so
RJ,
too.
when it was RJ
Yeah.
and Vince on the wings, that was still prime Richard
That
Jefferson
was
too.
nasty. That was
J,
nasty. Probably
J
the best
Kidd just throwing
Jefferson
it up. Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Kenyon
Till
Martin.
to this day,
Yeah,
till
that's
this day,
vice.
one of my favorite. Till this day, one of my favorite dunks is when Vince dunked on Alonzo Mourning, like when
He
he
went
cocked
behind
it back.
the back.
That's just stupid. That's just stupid. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna jump into a little game before we kind of get back to it. So I'm going to actually share my screen, and I can't remember the guys' names on YouTube, but they do this kind of topics every now and then. I thought it's pretty cool. So let me share my screen here. All right, can you guys see the list?
Oh, yep.
Man, you know,
Yep.
on my phone, bro. Hold on. Let me look
Yeah,
close.
we gonna zoom in.
Hey,
All
put
right.
that on 150 on Excel, bro.
I got it on 250. Or we got it on 200 right now.
Never mind, bro. All right, go ahead.
All right, here we go. So you're going to pick your team, right? So you'll have your guards, your wings, your big man, and your coach. For your guards, we are going to go fictional movie characters. So we
Okay.
got Sydney, so pretty much Wesley Snipes, White Man Can't Jump. We got Jake, who was Denzel on He Got Game. We got Quincy McCall, Omar Epps from Love and Basketball. We got was it Motown from Above the Rim? Was it
What's his
oh
real
my gosh,
name?
Will
Wood Harris.
Leo?
Wood Harris from
No,
Above the
yeah.
Rim.
Oh,
Then
okay.
we got Jackie Moon, Will Ferrell from Jackie Moon from Semi Pro, which is Will Ferrell. At your wings, we're gonna go musical artists. So we got Chris Brown, Drake, J. Cole, Quavo, Travis Scott. For big man, we got superheroes. So we got Hulk, Superman, Batman, Wolverine, Thor. Coaches, we got personalities. So we got Stephen A. Smith, we got Colin Cowherd, Nick Wright, Pat McAfee, and Bill Simmons. All right, so
All right.
here's the thing: you have $15, and you have 4 players to pick. So you can pick the same players. You guys can do however you want to go. So go ahead and share your thoughts, and then I will track them.
All right. Well, you know Chris Brown is gonna beat his man off the dribble, right?
All right, so you going Chris Brown for you going Brown for your wing?
No.
Oh, he's gonna beat.
I'm
You
over here
stupid.
trying to make a joke.
You
Oh,
you stupid, dog. You
Well,
stupid.
hey,
I'm just
I
making a
was
little
gonna-
jokey
hey,
joke.
D is ruthless. Hey, you ruthless.
you stupid, dog.
I think off rip, I'm gonna take Superman as my big.
Okay, Superman is a big. Okay, let me write that down.
He's what? He's worth $4.
$4. Yep.
Yep.
Let's go in. Superman. All right, you got 9 left. Emil, you can chime in whenever you want to.
Yeah, but bro, I'm about to. I'm looking, man. I do
All
want
right.
to start off with a big. I want to start off with a big because I'm looking around. I have options later. I'm about to go Wolverine, bro. Like to
Wolverine,
me,
you going
he
small?
has
You going small ball lineup? You going Draymond?
like nah, small ball. Wolverine, I see from the other people has no weakness. Like
Okay,
he has no
that's true.
weakness.
He ain't gonna tire out either. He gonna run the floor.
Yeah, that's
gonna
fact.
generate.
He gonna regenerate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go Thor for my big man, just because I mean, dude, he is a god. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna
Yeah,
go with Thor.
right.
I'm gonna go with Thor.
That's facts.
All right, I'm gonna take Bill Simmons as my coach. He's got a lot.
Okay.
He's got a lot of sources. You know, a lot of knowledge for the game.
Okay, he's the OG, one of the OGs. For my coach, I'm gonna go Nick Wright. I feel like Nick Wright's super analytical. I feel like he's like the fiery personality. He's gonna be engaged. He's gonna put the time in. Nick Wright's my guy for my coach. What I got?
Hey, y'all, for like you guys pick coaches, but I'm about to pick the floor general.
Okay.
Jake from He Got Game.
Denzel.
Hey, in that movie, he was cussing you out and hooping, so he'll motivate you on the floor. And he had game.
Hey, what is
Floor
y'all
general.
remember the scene? I'm gonna say ninja. Make sure for because this will go on YouTube. So you ain't my pops ninja. And Denzel just yo, that nigga throat real quick.
Yo, come on real quick.
The throat chop.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey,
You ain't my pops ninja.
Y'all heard the story about how he really got a bucket on Ray Allen too, right?
Nah, he really did though.
Denzel, really?
So when they played that one-on-one game for basically to decide what school he was going to, and he scored that first bucket.
That first one, that was real.
Spike Lee said the script said he was supposed to get basically beat and not score. But Denzel told him. Denzel told him before, I'm gonna see if I can get a bucket on him.
Hey, it's funny because
what did Denzel say? I'm from Brooklyn. I'm leaving with something.
Yeah, I'm leaving with something.
I'm leaving with
a bucket, bro.
Bro, it's so funny. It's so funny because I remember that scene vividly. And I remember after he scored, he grabbed the ball to check up real quick, super fast. He's probably trying to keep the camera rolling.
Primary Allen, I will cover that bucket. Primary Allen, I will cover that bucket.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, for I ain't gonna lie, for my guard, I'm going Sydney from White Man Can't Jump. Hey, Wesley was really him, bro. Wesley was really him, bro. Like he was really him. We talk about Denzel, but prime Wesley, prime Wesley was really him though.
He was a true athlete.
Yeah, he had J-Lo. He had J-Lo on the money train. Wesley was really him, bro.
He know karate, bro. Nah, he know karate in real life.
He was a true athlete.
Yeah.
You said Jake. You said Jake, right? No. Emil said Jake. Okay.
Nah, for me, I'm gonna take Mota.
Mota, okay.
I need an enforcer.
You need an enforcer.
I need an enforcer.
A killer on the floor.
Hey, if we're losing, I need somebody to go to the bag real quick.
Oh, look at that!
That's a good one. The real Draymond.
I need a shooter on my team. For real.
Real.
All right, who you got, Emil?
From our coach, I'm gonna say Stephen A. Smith.
You got Stephen A? Okay.
Yeah, we already know. He'll probably be a player's coach and be over the top and speak ridiculous things, but he'll motivate the team. So Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah. Okay, I like it. All right, here we go. I need a wing? No. Yeah, I need a wing. The only one on here that really hoop, I gotta go with Chris Brown, bro. Chris Brown, the only one on this list that really, really hoop, bro. So I'm gonna rock with Hey, my backcourt, if I got Breezy and I got Sydney, we it. We right. Brown and Tatum low key, bro. We it.
No, you're right. That's a good one. All
right, I think I'm cashed out. I got no money for free agency, so we good.
Man, I've been frugal with my team.
That's what I'm saying. You got.
You can go big, bro.
All right, D trying to shop in the Austin. He trying to get the six man. He trying to get the six man.
I'm trying to save the little change and go get some food for the squad.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go ahead and take Quavo, man.
Quavo, okay.
I'm just gonna take Quavo because he can actually hoop too.
He a well hooper.
He a little athlete, so I'm gonna take him.
Okay. All right, D over here playing Moneyball. He over here like
really. I'm staying under the cap.
Under the cap for real. All right, who you got? Emil needs what you need, a wing?
Yeah, man, no, I don't. I might, because Wolverine, like he said, he's smaller but a beast to me. Like I'm probably gonna go back to the big man because I don't really.
Oh, you gonna go to a big man? Okay.
Because Wolverine, like
positionless.
Wolverine
is positionless.
Hey, New York Knicks. Hey, we spreading that ball out and going to work.
Okay, who we going with, though?
Yeah, well, I got what, $11? Like I'm under 15, so I'm taking Batman, bro.
Batman, okay.
The League of Shadows. I don't know what
tactician.
Hey, man. Hey, he'll do it all. You don't know what he's gonna do. Tactician. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking Batman. Yeah, easy.
He's the utility belt for your squad, basically.
Yes, he is. Shoot threes, dunk, assist, utility man. Exactly.
Batman he really is though. He really is. That was cool. I like that. That's cool. I'm gonna save those. All right. So before we wrap up here, there's two things I want to make sure we hit on. I got a question for you guys. So the modern day NBA is, they always talk about like Steph Curry changed the game. The modern NBA is different versus like how we grew up. Even watching my kids play or like teenagers and stuff play. The game is just different, bro, than how we played at
Yeah.
PE or recess, high school and
Facts.
stuff growing up. So what would you say is the most valuable skill set that the NBA is heading into? So, for example, is it, the ability to catch and shoot? Is it the ability for me personally, I think that the most valuable skill set right now in the NBA is pull-up shooting. I think you have to be able to shoot off the dribble. I think the defenses are too fast. I think that the floor is so spread out. Like catch and shoot is nice, but you got to be able to get something off the dribble. So curious to get your thoughts. Like, what would you say is the most valuable skill set right now in the NBA?
That's a good one. Honestly, I would tell you this. I mean, like you said, pull up shot and all that, but like I would say this: say if you can't dribble, just shoot threes. To me, that's where it's heading.
Just 3-point shooting in general.
Yeah, just 3 point, like having stroke, like really can shoot, like catch and shoot, like or whatever like that. Like you think about it, the beginning of NBA had no 3 point line because Russell was dominating, and they made the 3 point line for him. And now because of Curry, like 3 point shot, man. There's no big man. Like you're not gonna be doing Shaq stuff, but spread the floor and like let it fly. So the 3 point shot, if you can shoot, technically, you'll be good.
What's your thoughts, Steve?
Man, I would venture to say the mid range, dude. Having a mid range arsenal, just because I feel like with the analytics and the data, it has made it so that threes and twos, or in the key twos rather, are like the highest, basically your highest percentage shots. But teams are defending for that now, or they're scheming for that now. And one thing that defenses have yet to be able to really pinpoint is mid-range jump shots, which is why guys like DeMar, KD, Book are successful bucket getters, because they're able to not only shoot threes and not only get it inside, but they can also just pull up from, because that's the thing. Like as a defender, even if you're a great one-on-one man defender, if you don't know when they're going to take the shot, if it's like you literally have to plan for the three, for him going downhill and just out of nowhere pulling up from mid-range, then you're kind of at a disadvantage as a whole. So, to back your point, I would be more specific and say a pull-up mid-range jump shot. I think it's going to make a huge comeback, basically.
Yeah. And the thing about that though, you're always going to have a spot, right? If your mid-range is on point, like no matter how many threes we shoot, because we know the NBA is a 3-point contest nowadays. It's more so the games kind of just are determined by who's hot from three, right? If your team is just hot, there's not too much you can do. Just bad night. Shake your hand, move on to the next one. But at the mid-range, you're always going to have a spot. So, all right. As we wrap up today, fellas, I got to ask one thing. One last story. We got to talk Jeremy Lamb real quick. So Jeremy Lamb retired from the game of basketball. I think he's been in the league 6 seasons. At a couple in OKC, a couple stints with the Kings, and a couple stints in the G League. But Jeremy Lamb ended up dating the owner of the Kings, Mr. Vivek's daughter. I can't remember her name. So you went from retiring to the league and to dating a billionaire's owner's daughter. Is he the real GOAT? Is he the real GOAT? Is Jeremy Lamb the real GOAT? I wanted to hit on this, bro, because I felt that is the ultimate victory. That's why I feel like Travis Kelce in football, he about to retire soon. Like you start dating a billionaire, bro. I'm not touching the rock no more, bro. Like I'm done. Like I'm done. Like, bro, I'm not playing no G League games. I'm not going to be the 11th man on the roster, bro. My chick is the owner's daughter. Yeah, I'm done. I wanted to get y'all take, bro. What y'all thoughts?
Casey, he got drafted in 2012.
Okay,
so he was in the league for a minute. Because I'm
Even
pretty
better.
sure he played with KD and Russ
Mhm.
for a couple seasons.
I knew
Yeah.
it was Russ. I didn't realize it was KD and Russ. Okay, so he was in the league for a cool 10.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mhm.
he in his 30s now. Like, nah, bro. It's it's done. I'm done. I'm not. Are you picking up a rock? Put it like this. Are you picking up a rock to keep playing
Alexa,
for the G League Kings?
Alexa,
And you'll-
please
it-
play Drake featuring Soldier Boy. Ninja, we made it. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, look.
Like,
So the
that's the
story
Wayne
is even
song.
colder. The story is even colder, right? So he was on the Kings G League squad.
Wow.
Vivek's daughter was the owner of the Kings G League team.
So
Say
he was
less.
tagging the boss. He was tagging
So
the boss.
she was literally his boss.
You spitting
Hey.
game in practice, bro? You spitting
Hey.
game in practice? He to go.
Hey, he was cutting up and she was cutting checks. He was
Yes. Yes.
So there was some quid
Yes.
pro quo going on in the building, man.
Yes.
Hey, she cut that check for $25K. It was like, nah, bro, you gotta just let it go. Just let it go.
No, I'm gonna tell you this, y'all. If Derek's stats is right, and it is. If Jeremy Lamb has been in the league since 2012, 12 years later, he's in the G League. I'm trying to find another way out.
Yeah,
So
all right, bro, regressing.
Like 10 years in the league, like you should be like at least on the bench in the NBA. Like he went back to the G League and like they hit it off. He made it, bro.
He hedged his bets.
He did.
He's gonna be a stay-at-home husband that can hoop.
Hey, training the kids 24/7 up.
I'll take it.
Nah, this is honestly a great exit strategy if you are looking for a way out, honestly. Because think about it, like if he wipes her up, or if they have a kid, right? Like
he's set.
He's locked in. He's locked in.
Bro,
right?
Gonna be giving motivational speeches on how to win in life, bro. I'm telling you, dog. This story
is Vivek hot? Is he hot about it?
Yeah, he's hot.
It's given. It's
because he's a scrub, bro. Like
no, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, culturally, that ninja is not Indian. First of all,
that's
you
true.
know what I'm saying? So it has to be like depending on how deep they're onto their culture. Like he's hot, but like like he definitely is hot. I feel like he's hot for sure.
It's given life when Can't Get Right was in the big house, right? It's one of them, right?
Don't be scared. Hey, don't be scared.
On the pappy, you know what I mean? It's giving that.
It is. No, it is. You made it, bro. You made it, bro. Hey.
Oh, shit. All right. Hey, on that note, we out. We out, fellas. Let's talk soon. We'll holler at y'all later.
All right.